Hi, welcome back to our channel. I am Julie. I'm the mom to 8, and we homeschool, and we follow a delight-directed approach to homeschooling where we have a mix of some things like math, where we follow a set curriculum. We use teaching textbooks, and it's been such a blessing to our family. And in other subjects, we allow the children to decide what they would best like to study and then to pursue that on their own. So I'm going to start doing a series of videos, perhaps once a week. I'll see how it goes, and if this is something you want to see more of, please let me know in the comments. I'm going to give you a peek into what a day looks like with delight-directed learning. Because one day is never the same as another, I think that I will record these more frequently so that you can get an overall look into what this is like. If you would happen to look back through my channel to videos from years past, you would see that this was not always the way that we structured our days. I did have a season of life where I followed a very rigid schedule. I used Managers of Their Homes book, and for that season, that was what worked for us. That was the best choice. However, as my kids have gotten older and I have seen the fruit of what happens when kids follow their own interests, how much more they learn and the greater depth of learning that can take place, it has given me confidence to turn more and more of their education over into their hands and to watch them excel with the gifts that God has given them.
I'm pretty impressive.
You're pretty impressive? What did you just learn?
This is the lungs.
The lungs.
The lungs.
Samuel and Jeremiah found this puzzle.
No, Jeremiah did.
Oh, Jeremiah found the puzzle, and so they are putting it together this morning. We get this out every once in a while.
Not every.
What's this thing up here?
The brain.
The brain. It's kind of floating alone up here. Does it get to be connected pretty soon? Oh, there it goes. Isabella is passionate about chickens. Passionate.
To the point where Mom thinks I'm ridiculous.
I don't think you're ridiculous, but she does frequently disappear, and I say, where did Bella go? And then I look out the window and she's in the hen house. So Bella, you have a new goal of catching chicken eggs in your hand, right? You want them to lay their eggs in your hand. Has it happened yet?
Yeah, 6 times.
6 times.
Up to 30 seconds.
How did you know she was about to lay?
Because she goes into this position. It happens every time. Mom was on her phone chatting, and I'm like, Mom!
You did it! Number 7! Bella has been passionate about animals since she was very small, and it just keeps increasing. Her passion keeps increasing, and she feels like this is God's calling on her life, is for her to in some way have her own farm and to work with animals and horses and train or teach or take care of animals. She doesn't know, obviously, at 13 exactly what that entails, but she knows that this is her future, and so we try to allow her a lot of time for furthering that interest. So she spends on her own at night before she goes to bed. She does a lot of reading. I don't even know the extent of her knowledge because she pursues all of it on her own. There's nothing that I give her and say, read this or do this or write about this. It's all her, and she really enjoys doing copy work from the books that she gets from the library.
She likes the most. It's not any old book.
Right, not any old book. So she will write notebook pages full of information from those books, which if you have researched about notebooking at all, you will know that it is one of the best ways to learn to be a good writer, to learn grammar and spelling and all of the things that writing entails, is just merely by copying word for word exactly from a book. So that is a large part of her education, and I try to just let her have as many hours as she needs. Leo just finished his math lesson, and so he headed outside to find Silas and see what he was doing. So now I'm going to follow both of them out.
We have my tent. We're going to set it up.
Okay, what is this?
It's a 10-man tent. It can fit says it can fit it up.
This was given to us recently. And by someone that they work with when they volunteer at the local food pantry. And
Said if it's
wow.
3 queen air mattresses
It is a 10-man tent.
with 3 different rooms.
That is incredible. So this would be comfortable camping for the whole family.
Well,
But you
we're just-
decided you're not going to fully set it up.
It's just so big.
It is so big.
I don't know if we'll be able. We're just gonna set up mine. Mine's a really easy one to set up. And we're gonna see if we can fit it back into the bag.
Well, that'll be a feat in its own, trying to get that into this. Good luck with that, guys.
You want to move it. So I'm gonna keep this. You're gonna keep
James. That's a loud whistle. That's an outside whistle, okay? Okay. Bella's having her turn doing math. Kids take it at different times during the day. Some kids like to take their turn early in the morning, some later in the day. We actually have 3 computers that they could work on, so 3 kids could do it at once if they wanted to.
There's only
But
4 kids that have to do it right now.
right, only 4 are actually in this program at the moment, so lots of opportunities. Everyone's excited to open this box that we just got from our P.O. box. Somebody sent us something special. Let's see if I can find a note in here. Hold on. Enjoy your gift from Melinda Reeves. Melinda, we got it. That is so sweet. I hope these last like they would. Sending hugs and blessings to the family from Melinda. It's exciting. Okay. Let's see what's in here first.
This is what I need, Mom.
Do you guys know what these
Yes.
are?
Window
these are not.
markers.
Yes, they're not regular markers. They are window markers. That's so fun. You can color, James. You can color on the window with these.
Don't tell him that. He's going to start coloring on the window with everything.
No, these are the special window
Oh my
markers.
goodness, Mom.
How
Maybe we're gonna color on the
beautiful!
window?
I have wanted these and wanted these
So
because,
pretty.
well, thank you, Melinda. These are gorgeous. Oh, for Lydia! Yay!
I want some.
Oh, how sweet is that? She's sleeping right now. How precious! Yay! Bella, do you know what we can put with this is the bonnet that Sim crocheted her in that little, oh, that is precious. Oh, how sweet. Thank you so much. Going wherever he was, he wished he were somewhere else. And when he got there, he wondered why he bothered. Nothing really interested him, least of all the things that should have. Who could possibly have left such an enormous package and such a strange one? I don't think it's my birthday, he puzzled. And Christmas must be months away, and I haven't been outstandingly good or even good at all. And he closed his eyes and poked a finger at the map. How does it feel?
I decided to do it with him.
Great. While we're out here, can you show me what you've been working on in your laboratory?
Sure.
We were given some science supplies from another homeschooling family whose boys are grown. And so the kids cleaned out this old shed that was here on our property and have set up a laboratory. So they frequently will disappear into their laboratory and do some little experiments. So it's been really fun.
No, neither.
It's so cold.
It's so hot in here.
You guys are warmed up from your hike. So can you show me around and give me a little tour?
Okay, so here we have some plastic containers. These are pretty nice for catching bugs and stuff. And we just got different stuff like vinegar, and then there's baking soda, and then washing soda.
And we got
And the different dye and other stuff like that. Here's our dissecting kits, and here's a pretty cool. It measures grams and newtons. We have supplies here too, like the glass test tubes. They're very fragile. They're pretty thin too. And we got different odds and ends, thermometer, and we've got an alcohol burner. That's pretty cool. And a tape measure, a string, and these are really long Q-tips.
Wow.
They're like that long. And then we just got some other stuff in here, like plastic tubes and stuff. Books and they just probably just fall through the internet. So, and then over here we got other stuff like Bella brought some jars in, and then we got the microscope and some cool rocks, and we got this alarm clock. It's a line. I think it's only a one day because
important thing of all in the laboratory. The shoe. That's awesome too. But he doesn't wear it too often, you know.
I have really been impressed with how they set this space up, and it's so nice that they can come do experiments and not be in the house. What are they doing? They jumping? Yeah, is that fun to watch? Yeah.
So, this is for our hiking plan. We're going to wake up at 7 in the morning, and then hike 2 laps, and then 5 hours later we're going to do 12, and then after 12, 5 more hours, and we're going to do it 5 o'clock. And then we're going to, and that's going to be it for the day.
So it'll be 2 laps through the woods 3 times a day.
Yeah.
With weights in your backpacks.
And the path that we're going through is, if you go around it once, that's half a mile, so roughly half a mile. So if you go around it twice, that's 2 miles. We're going to do 3 miles a day. That's what we're doing.
Nice.
Hi. Hi.
She loves her Leo, don't you? Jason bought a massage chair. He found one that someone was getting rid of and bought it, and now Samuel is doing his Bible study homework in comfort, aren't you, buddy?
No, yeah, actually it's not.
So they just came in from the trampoline, and we are going to sit down and do our Bible study homework.
Not our teacher.
So Leo has
I've already wrote 1,880. No, 1,000.
he started writing a book, a fiction book.
1,080 pages. I did too.
Do you write it at nights? When do you write the bulk of it?
Well, I write the rough draft in my book.
In your notebook,
Yeah.
and then you type it during the day.
I already have 12 pages typed out.
Typed
I don't
pages.
even have 1 page. I didn't
Right,
even
and so
get
that
many
inspired
pages.
Samuel to start writing a book too.
It's like
So he just began, right?
Leo, can you try to find mine?
while I'm writing it, it's also kind of like I'm reading it, because thinking in your brain is one thing, but then seeing the words is another. I think, yeah, it's pretty cool because you can pick what you write. Really.
So as he goes along, we've had a lot of great discussions about punctuation, about how a sentence should be structured, and why is Microsoft Word autocorrect, or not autocorrecting? Why are they marking something wrong? Why? What don't they like about that sentence? So it's been some good discussion. Hey, buddy, that's sour cream. We don't eat that by itself. Did you just get in there? You like cream? Yeah, we'll give you something else to eat, okay?
He thought he would stop a few minutes to see them. The boys stayed longer and longer, and
That comma is important because it tells you to pause. He'd never known him to be guilty of such an act before, and believed
what his son had told him, oh, how everything. I got it right.
Okay, so I wanted to show them what you chose today for your screen time at 4 o'clock.
Something funny.
It's kind of silly looking right now, but what is this? There we go. This is an app by Free Cloud Design, I think is the name of them. We have actually had this app for years and years, and it's so simple. You just choose the correct president, so they'll have different questions. You can, what am I trying to say? Customize it. You can customize it to do historical facts or just presidents or just a minute. So you can customize it to what you want it to ask. So they just basically, when they get the answer right, they earn a chance to shoot these little alien heads. And I mean, they just get to pull the thing and shoot them. I know, it's so silly. Presidents versus aliens is the name of it. It's really a silly concept. However, that's it. That's the whole of it. And for some reason, they've been playing this for years, here and there. Yep. And they've learned so much about the presidents.
So cool.
That company, Free Cloud Designs, they make a lot of educational apps. So there's just a couple that we allow during the week, things that are getting their brain going. Some educational apps are just kind of like computer game time in disguise. So we stay away from those. They can do that during their one screen time on Saturday. But other than that, for this, 45 minutes or whatever at the end of the day, they can only do these types of things or whatever. I can show you my list of things that we allow if you're interested. Also, you haven't seen much of Elsie today because she kind of has her own, she runs on her own schedule. So she will tend to get up early in the morning before other kids are even out of bed and do her math often then.
Not me.
Yeah, okay. So she did her math really early before I was even out of my pajamas. And then she spends several hours a day reading. And that is, the bulk of her education, I feel like, comes from the incredible amount of books that she reads. Because she reads everything from historical books to, fiction to poetry, to how-to books. I mean, she just soaks it all up, and that is kind of like that's her learning language, is reading. So the reason that I feel delight-directed learning can be more effective than the compulsory education model that we are used to. If you have gone to a public school like I did when I was younger, then your idea of school probably is formulated around this idea of requiring children to do certain things, that you require them to do these subjects, you require them to take a test, you require them to have evidence of their learning, because that's what we know. But what that can lead to is superficial learning, that they are learning because they're forced to learn. That's the idea behind compulsory. However, is it really sinking in, changing them as a person, giving them something that will stay? Or, like myself in school, I was just really good at taking tests. So I would memorize the information, I would take the test, and I would move on. And I can't say it really had a lasting impact on me as a person as far as what I know. I feel like I've had to relearn things as an adult when I became interested. So the alternative to that with delight-directed learning is that you are inspiring your children. Just a minute. You are making things interesting so that the child wants to learn it. So instead of just requiring them, you need to do this biology lesson. Bring them into real life, give them a question in their minds, something that sparks interest, and they will want to learn it. And I'm telling you, even if they do less than you feel like they would do if they sat with a textbook, they will absorb it and they will learn it so well, and it will be part of them because they will have wanted to learn that thing. It will be their choice to learn. It's priceless. It is a priceless thing to inspire instead of require education from your kids. So find a way to open those doors to education and learning and put it in their hands.